welcome back. And for those of you who just happen to be stumbling across my video, my name is Valentina and this is my viewpoint. In today's video, I will once again be talking about the brand Lug. More specifically, one of their newer bags called the Tenor. Now this is a two-piece set. You get a wallet / wristlet as well as the little tote bag. I purchased mine off the QVC website in multi-dot navy. The one thing I would like to do today is go a little bit out of the norm. I wanted to show you the features of the bags first while they're empty and then show you what I can fit in. I am able to fit all my everyday carry items in here, not a problem. The only thing is I did have to figure the best way to pack the bag to utilize the space. This is a bit smaller than I had anticipated. I think there was some confusion as to measurements. I will say that the bottom of the bag is more narrow than the top of the bag. It kind of flares out. It does come to a triangle. I wish they had squared this out a little bit just to maximize capacity. Not a deal breaker by any means. So first we'll go over this little wallet / wristlet. This is adorable. You love the way it pairs with this bag and I do like using it. So right off the bat from the outside, you can see it has a little circle ring. You can clip a wristlet strap to this, or is an internal key bungee. You can even affix the key bungee to this. I tried it, I kind of found it awkward, so I'd much rather put this just in the bag separately. Beautiful smooth zipper per Lug standard, nice logo placement. I do love this multi-dot. For me, sometimes I find polka dots too busy, so I don't really like to use it as the outside pattern for a bag. There's just something about it. They're spaced apart beautifully. They're not too large, and I think it really works, and I think it's just a happy pattern, and it makes me smile. So the inside, I love this pattern. Amy had mentioned during one of her presentations that this actually is love in Morse code, which I think is awesome. It's a very simple kind of layout. You do have a privacy zippered pocket, which I think is wonderful. You can put your coins in there or extra cards that you may not be able to fit in the 6 card slots, 3 and 3. They do have the contrasting trim behind your card slots. You have a really nice slip pocket. Now, my advice about using this as your wallet: put your most used cards in the top 2 slots. For me, it was like my debit card and I think my BJ's membership card, which is a wholesale club here in the US, in case you're not in the US. Makes for easier access. I had them at the bottom at first and I was always kind of struggling because when you have this packed, it can get a little tight. I have a checkbook in here. I have a spare register in the slip pocket, which is also where I keep bills. I keep cards that couldn't fit in the card slot in the privacy pocket, and I do have a little change purse, which I put in here as well. So it makes for a little bit of a different, packing situation for your wallet, but I really do like it. And I also love that with this quilting, it's padded. Like it's squishy and comfortable. So I just feel like it makes whatever you put inside more secure. But that is it for that. And I'll show you where I put that in the tote shortly. All right, on to the tote. The first thing you're going to notice are the little grab handles. I really cannot express how much I love these grab handles, almost as much as I love the pen slots. They're just so convenient, especially when it's a crossbody. It's just to grab it out of the car and go. I love it. They are not padded, but they are folded over cloth, reinforced. They're comfortable. They don't feel flimsy. They are sewn nicely into the bag. You'll also notice it has the coveted 1.5-inch strap, which I absolutely love. Fully adjustable, fully removable. I will put in a picture here of what the bag looks like packed and on my body. One thing I will say is the way that these D-rings are affixed to the bag. First and foremost, these D-rings are actually smaller than your typical D-rings that you would find on a Lug bag. You can still affix a heart pouch, and I can affix my hand sanitizer, no problem. But they're also sewn on by just this little loop of fabric. This is not a heavy bag on its own. It's quite light, but any Lug bag, I feel, is as heavy as you want to pack it. So if you do have heavier items, I don't think it'll rip, I don't think it'll tear it's just interesting how it's affixed, because also too, when you add the extra weight of your heart pouch, you're making the bag flop a little bit. I can demonstrate in a few minutes. So just an interesting notation in my mind when I was using the bag, but I will say aesthetically, it works very nicely because it keeps with a cute theme. Like, I just look at this bag and I think cute. I know that in the black, it looks super snazzy. So also, you have your dedicated cell phone pocket. Very, very happy when I opened up the cell phone pocket and the fleece lining is actually blue. So that's a really aesthetically pleasing detail. Nice magnetic closure. Go to the back of the bag, zippers per lug standard, just a single spacious pocket. And this is where you will find your 2 pen slots, which I love. So that is it as far as organizational features go for the outside of the bag. There are no feet. There is no wipeable surface on the bottom. Wish there was at least the wipeable plastic surface. I did find that in my travels with this bag, I was putting it down on a multitude of surfaces. You know, I'm not concerned because this material is relatively wipeable. I would have preferred that added protection of that clear plastic wipeable bottom. You'll also notice it's the same logo as on the little pouch, and again with that feeling of padded for this quilting, which I really, really like for some reason. I don't know, it's just such a nice, pleasing to the eye detail, which I think is really, really beautiful. And I also think that the pattern on this bag does not detract from that. So I'll go on to the inside of the bag. It zippers end to end, which I really like, so you don't have any open spaces at the edges. When opening the bag, it opens nice and wide. There is your key bungee, which I like. It's placed off to the side, as you can see. Inside here, these 2 cargo pockets are fleece lined in the front, so you can put your readers, you can put your sunglasses, or anything that you want protected in those. On the other side, you do have a clear view pocket. Nice size. It does not go across the entire length of the bag because there are 2 card slots over here. You can also see the RFID label. I personally will never use those. I have nothing to put in there. However, I think if you were a commuter on, say, a subway or what have you, and you had to have a card for some reason for easy access, that would be perfect. If you have a work ID or some sort of, you know, slide card to get into your job, I think it would be perfect to put there. But for me, I just don't anticipate using those 2 card slots, but I do like that they're there. And I also like that they're off to the side. So that is it for the organizational features on the inside of the bag. It has a nice structured bottom too, so it stands very nicely. Now, packing. Let me just run through this really quickly. The first thing I put in is a little ocean blue mini choo-choo. This I stick right in one of those cargo pockets, and it just carries my bits and bobs. On top of that, I just put in my AirPods case, and those are the 2 things I have in this particular cargo pocket. In the other cargo pocket, I just put a comb, my little travel size Lysol, a little flashlight, and some eye drops and my little correction tape. So those all fit in here, because the one thing I also have noticed about this bag is definitely take advantage of the organizational features that are included. Because if you try to put a bunch of pouches in along with everything else, you're going to bulk out the bag and it won't pack as nicely or look as nice against the body as you may want it to. For the wallet / wristlet pouch, I actually do not keep this in the main portion of the bag. What I like to do, even though I can fit my Vera Bradley personal size journal in there with no problem, I can also fit my planner in the back of this bag with no problem. I prefer just to put this pouch in the back here. You have plenty of room and it is easy access, as well as a bit more secure, I feel, because you're keeping it close to your body. So that is what I keep in there. And of course I add my 2 pens. All right, then this is as big as my iPhone XR. It does have a pop socket. You can place that right in the cell phone pocket. Nice magnetic closure, does close over the top of it with plenty of room. Another food for thought, if you will, Be careful how you pack it. It shares real estate with the clear view pocket on the inside. You can bulk it out a little bit. It can make for a little bit tight fit and sometimes a little wonkiness with the magnetic closure. But all in all, fits beautifully. So I have all this space on the inside. I actually take both my planner and my food journal. I can just stick them horizontally in here and they fit beautifully. I have a spare mask that I always keep with me. I stick that in my clear view pocket. And I also have a little pouch and a chopstick. So those are what I can keep in there. Very, very nicely. See everything that I have. I put my husband's spare keys right on this key bungee and they just fall to the bottom, but I always know where they are. And then I toss in my keys just on the top. And it all fits very, very nicely. It does not look too bulky. Really, really comfortable on the body too. I have to say, I very much enjoy carrying this because it has that 1.5 inch wide strap. It distributes any weight that you have in the bag more evenly and just makes for an overall more comfortable carry. Last but not least, I pair it with a heart pouch in brushed teal. And of course, my little s'mores dude, who I now feel has become a special guest on my videos, and I stick him right on here as well. Now, and I don't know if it's because of the size of the D-rings, the size of the loops that attach it. Sometimes these can make your bag flap over. I do not have a problem with that. It does not bother me in the slightest, but just if that is something that does bother you, just be aware of that. So I won't put the strap back on, but yeah, that is it. That is every single thing I can fit in this bag. I think it is a fantastic everyday carry. As soon as I got it, I haven't left it. And I ping pong back and forth through all my bags because I want to use all my bags. But this just makes such a nice errand bag. I was able to go grocery shopping, still keep it on my body the whole time. You can see it under a coat, of course, because it's a little bigger than what I would normally use as my shopping bag, if you will. But yeah, it's great. Oh, and speaking of grocery shopping with this bag, you may have noticed that I didn't have my reusable totes that I normally carry with me. That is because I chose to put my food journal in over the totes. However, if I don't want to carry my food journal, I actually just can fit either these two types of reusable totes right in here, no problem. Or if I still want my food journal, stick that in there, I have a cute little avocado grocery bag that I also can just pop right on the outside. And therefore, I still always have a reusable tote with me. So that is that for this bag. The last thing I would like to do very quickly, one of our lovely Facebook group members had asked me to do a comparison between this bag and the Vegan Leather Flare XL. So here's the Flare XL. As you can see, they are comparable in size. I'll put in some measurements for this bag so you can see. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will put in a picture. The comparison with the D-rings are affixed differently. Their differences, if you will, are the back organizational pocket. This is smaller, not to the bottom of the bag, just a cute little small thing, whereas you saw how large this pocket was. You are getting a horizontal dedicated cell phone pocket, but with that same beautiful blue fleece interior. If I had to choose, I would pick this horizontal cell phone pocket configuration over the vertical. Each of these bags only has the two outside organizational features. When you get to the inside of the Flare XL, you will notice a couple differences. There are two cargo pockets, much like the inside of the Tenor. However, these are not fleece lined. There's also a privacy zippered compartment behind those cargo pockets, which I find very convenient. But if you flip over to the other side, which is the front of the Flare XL, there is not a clear view pocket. There is a built-in wallet. Has your 6 card slots. It does have a slip pocket, which is very nice. For me though, I do not use this interior wallet, and I put receipts or my notebook in the slip pocket. So that is the differences. I prefer the inside configuration of this one much better. However, I love my Flare XL. Yeah, so they are definitely comparable though in size. So that's it. As always, I really, really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my videos, and I hope that you all have a really great day.